The world's longest river, the Nile, is becoming a war front. Three countries, Ethiopia, Sudan and Egypt, are locked in a conflict. Ethiopia, you see, has built a dam. Egypt and Sudan are opposing it. They say nobody can lay claim to the life-giving Nile. But Ethiopia is adamant. Several negotiations have failed. What happens next? Here's a report.
There is a dam that's coming up on the River Nile. Once complete, it will be the largest in Africa. A matter of pride for Ethiopia, who is building it. But a matter of life and death for Egypt and Sudan. Since the project began in 2011, the three countries have been locked in a diplomatic conflict. Ethiopia has erected the dam on the Blue Nile, one of the Nile's two tributaries that flow into Egypt and Sudan. So both Sudan and Egypt fear the dam could lead to water shortages in their own lands. Nearly 100 million Egyptians rely on the Nile for fresh water. It is a source of life and livelihood, especially for farmers. Same is the case with Sudan, which is also concerned about its own smaller dams running dry. The three countries met earlier this month to find common ground. Since Ethiopia is adamant on making the dam operational, Egypt and Sudan wanted assurances about the volume of water that will be released each year, particularly during the years of drought. They asked Ethiopia to inform them before filling up the dam, but the talks fell apart. Now the tension along the River Nile is escalating. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is filling up. Ethiopia is blaming heavy rainfall, but Egypt and Sudan are not ready to buy that argument. Egypt has asked for clarification, but Sudan says Ethiopia has shut the gates. Ethiopia is disregarding these protests as the dam holds economic importance. The $4 billion dam will double the country's power capacity to 6,500 megawatts. With that, Ethiopia will become Africa's biggest power exporter. It will provide power to 65 million Ethiopians and run their businesses. Ethiopia does not want to let go of the chance. It is seeking to undo agreements signed way back in the 1920s with the British as the overseeing power. Another agreement in 1959 increased the flow of water to Egypt and Sudan. Since 1960s, Ethiopia repeatedly tried to secure control over the Blue Nile's waters. The chance came in 2011 as Egypt rocked under the Arab Springs. Ethiopia made use of the diversion to begin building the dam. Egypt threatened to send troops to stop the construction. By 2015, both Egypt and Sudan were ready for negotiations. In 2018, Egypt sent troops to the Sudanese border. Over 2019 and 2020, the US offered to mediate. In February, the US and World Bank failed to secure an agreement. Now the African Union has come forward to be the broker. But the question remains, as the Nile stops flowing freely, can the conflict lead to war? Bureau Report, WION World is One.